Welcome to Mission Possible, delivering cleaner fuel today. Brought to you by CEMA, Connecticut Energy Marketers Association, representing 600 family-run home heating fuel companies in Connecticut and the greater New England region. Today's episode was recorded live from the Southern New England Energy Conference in Newport, Rhode Island, and highlights how our members are delivering a cleaner, greener fuel today. Let's bring in our latest person that's here to speak with us. We have Sue Santopietro with Baribault Fuel in Oakville, Connecticut. I believe Oakville, you said, Sue, is part of Watertown, correct?
Yes, that is correct. Oakville is part of Watertown. We are just north of Waterbury, and we are in Lower Litchfield County.
So kind of what? I've been to your place a few times. I'm thinking off Route 8, right?
Correct, yes. Off Route 8, 2 miles north off of Route 8.
Yeah, I grew up in Heartland, went to high school in Winston. So I feel like, Route 8 is kind of my second home. So I understand a lot. All right, so let's talk a little bit, Sue, about the history of your company. You have a rich history there.
Yes,
It's one that I would love for you to share. So go ahead.
yes, we do. I am so lucky. I am the fourth generation of my family, and my father's grandmother and her husband started Baribault. That's where the name comes from. So we started back in 1926, so we're soon to celebrate 100 years.
Wow. When's your anniversary?
1926, so it'll be 2026.
So we're getting close. You're right. Wow. I can't believe we're at that area. You have to let us know. We'll do it up. So, you know what is interesting? You are one of a few, I would say 3 or 4 women I've interviewed on this podcast, and we have interviewed a lot. It's very fascinating to me how the industry has changed with the products we sell, but also the people running the companies. So you're a woman, you've taken over the business from, it's typically a male dominated business, but not anymore. So what's it like for you to be in this role?
It's very different than it was 30 years ago when I started. When I first started attending trade association meetings, it was through ICPA, Independent Connecticut Petroleum Association. And now we have evolved into CEMA, but there were very few women there. And it's really fun and exciting now that there are so many women, and they're all contributors to our industry. They're great for our industry.
I agree. And just a quick back note, CEMA stands for Connecticut Energy Marketers Association. We are an organization and we represent about 600 home heating fuel companies in the state. And it is our mission to promote and defend the industry. And that is why we're here in part at the Energy Conference, not only to talk about the amazing things that our members do with the cleaner, greener fuel we're delivering, but also the impacts that our members have on the community, what they mean to the community. We're going to get to that in a little bit. But Sue, let's talk about how the product you're delivering in the lean and the liquid fuel industry has changed, right? You've been in business for almost 100 years, not you personally, your family-run business. The product has changed dramatically since then to now. Let's talk about that. We can't talk about it enough.
Yes, absolutely, Shelly. The product is amazing. It is changing all the time, and it's getting so much better and so much cleaner. And I hear this on a daily basis from our service technicians who are out in the field, and they're very happy with how the product is.
When you say cleaner, they can physically see it, right? With
Yes,
the equipment that they're servicing. That's what I understand. If we've removed, from what I understand, most of the sulfur content from the home
yes,
heating.
we are selling an ultra low sulfur product now with a biodiesel blend.
And the biodiesel is a blend made from renewable biodiesel. And I've said this in many podcasts, but I don't think we can say this enough as well. Biodiesel comes from discarded cooking oil, soybean waste products, stuff that would ultimately end up in a landfill. We're repurposing, we're recycling it. It's not something you can do at home, folks, though. This is done through a safe scientific process and a manufacturing plant. But just to show you, like, recycling something and using it for a new purpose, what does that mean to you personally? What does that mean to your clients, your customers, I should say?
It means everything to me personally because Like most of us in our industry, I am a mother and I want a clean environment going forward. And I also want this environment to have heating oil because I think it's a wonderful way to heat your home. And I think it's wonderful because it's delivered by local companies. It's not a monopoly, it's not a utility. In most cases, you can call your neighbor who works in your town and you can talk to them if you have a problem. And we're right there for our customers.
Right. And choice, if consumers have choice, that tends to drive down the overall price. So this is a good thing. If there's one choice with some who want to electrify the economy, we know that movie, right? We've been there. So we talked about the future and how it does look bright for our industry, how we're changing our product, not just in the future, but now. Let's hit on some of the concerns, though, that I kind of brought up, the electrification process. But what concerns you as a business owner in this current state?
What concerns me the most about electrification is the choices are being taken away from the consumer. The consumer wins when there are more choices. I think the residents of Connecticut deserve as many choices to heat their home as they can possibly have. And then they can talk within their families and decide what's best for them.
And again, there's this misnomer or stereotype regarding home heating fuel, which isn't accurate. And that's one of the reasons why we're talking today, is to dispel that. Our product is cleaner, it's greener, it's better for the environment than natural gas. So that's one. Two, the all-out effort to electrify the economy is concerning. And like, I don't know about you, Sue, but when I got my electric bill this summer, I had to sit down, you know? And it was really high. And that's what happens when you have no choice, when government is making decisions that they think are best for the consumer. We saw how that played out this summer. So I like what you're saying, and I back up what you're saying and how choice is really important. It's something that we've said at CEMA all along. Fuel diversity is key because one choice is no choice, and the utilities are already a monopoly. What happens? Is there even a word to cover what they would be if they had total control? I don't know.
Fuel diversity is key. And especially with our industry, it's very competitive. So consumers have a lot of choices. If they're not happy with one dealer, there are many more dealers that would be vying for their business.
Electricity, not so much.
Absolutely no diversity at all.
And we had talked about that too. Like people, you had said in the past, Sue, people should have the right to sit down and look at their budget, their ideals, their beliefs, and figure out what's best for their family, right? And instead of the
Absolutely,
government
yes.
deciding for you. And is that one of the things that drives you and your business?
Absolutely, yes. I totally believe in competition, and I don't think a monopoly in any industry is the answer.
Tell us a little bit about the customer, some of the people that you do serve. And one thing I've heard over and over again from our members is this tight relationship that they have with the people they serve. You're not just doing business in this community, you grew up in this community. That's got to mean something.
Yes, I love my job and I love our customers, and we have a local office. And so many of our customers still come in to pay, which we love, or they'll come in to order oil instead of calling or doing it on the website. And it's throughout the day we see people, and it's really nice. It's nice for them to be able to talk to someone, and it's nice for us to be able to hear their concerns and to act upon them immediately.
What are some of their concerns? Is it just everything's getting so expensive? More so food, utilities?
Yes, they're concerned about that, but they are also concerned about having fuel and having technicians for service in an emergency in case they have no heat or no hot water. They like to know we're here and local for them.
Right, and what do you want your customers to know about you and your business?
that we are committed and we love our job and we love to come to work every day and we're there to serve them
Not a lot of people.
and we appreciate them.
Oh, not a lot of people can say they love their job. It's something you don't really hear that much. Well, I love my job. So thank you so much, Sue. Let's end it here because we really covered a lot of ground. Thank you. Using just a few words, how would you describe the future of the industry? Exciting, hopeful, in reach? Because it is here. A lot of people, when they talk about green energy, it's what can we do 10, 20, 30 years from now?
It's here. We don't have to do it 10, 20, 30 years from now. It's here.
Awesome. Sue, thank you so much for taking time out. I know it's kind of a really busy day here in Newport. I appreciate your time sitting here speaking with us. Any other final thoughts you want to say?
No, thank you, Shelly, for all you do.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you for taking the time out and speaking with me. It's always a pleasure to see you, Sue.
And thank you for listening to Mission Possible. Be sure to tune in next time to hear more stories on how our members are making a difference. We'll see you then.